For years, airsofters have been calling these G-type pistols Glocks. But now, only one company has the right to brand and call these pistols Glocks. Today is the day they come to take their rightful throne on the Airsoft Mike YouTube channel. This is the UMAREX officially licensed Airsoft Glock 17. But will it be any good? They look like Glocks, they're licensed to be Glocks, they've got all the official branding, but are they any good? Are they just as good or better than the current G-type pistols out there? Cue another Airsoft Mike Glock unboxing. Finally, I hear you say, I know, I claim to be this Glock fanboy, but hey, why didn't I get one of these and unbox and review one of these Airsoft Mike style weeks or even months ago? Well, I've got my reasons, okay? It's here now, so let's do it. Finally, Glock perfection comes to Airsoft Mike's YouTube channel, an officially licensed Airsoft Glock. Oh my gosh. So this is it, people. First thing we're going to do is have a look at the box. Straight away you can tell there's just something different about this and all the other so-called Glock Airsoft pistols. Now, because I now have an officially licensed one, okay, I can't claim to be a Glock fanboy, well, an Airsoft Glock fanboy, if I keep promoting the unofficial ones. So there's only one thing for it. To me, this is the daddy of Glocks, the Glock 17. For me, it's the benchmark of them all, okay? And I'll go ahead and get all the others that they produce, but I'll do it over a period of time. I'm not gonna go and rush and get them all. Right. So does that mean you will never see another so-called G-series airsoft pistol on my channel? Well, not quite, because to do this justice, I really have to compare it with one of my favorite G-series airsoft pistols. The one with the unauthorized real steel trades. I'm gonna compare it to this to see what the differences are, and I'll also open them up to have a look at the internals. Now, a quick disclaimer, there's one or two little items in here that you will not get in the box if you buy this. They're just some little extra bonuses that were put in there for Airsoft Mike. Okay, so let's get this open. Oh, now you're probably thinking to yourself, what little extras? It's under here. Well, it needs to be under here. So we'll put this to one side. We'll get back to the pistol itself. So we get a manual. And there you go. These are the people that are responsible for getting this licensed, okay, for us airsofters to use. Now, you do know that Cybergun actually had one licensed also, but not for the worldwide market. So let's take a quick look inside. Yep, pretty decent manual. Makes a change, really. And I can see there we've got a pin. I believe this would be if you were to change the backstrap or something to do with the backstraps. Anyway, okay, so what have we got under here? Ha, nice. What I'll do is I'll take out what you will get in the box if you buy one of these, and you've got two spare backstraps, which are pretty handy if you've got small or large hands. And as you can see there, it has the official Glock branding. We'll get into all the branding and trademarks a little later. Right, so what extras have I got in here that you will not get if you buy this? You can buy these separately. Definitely you can buy these separately. I've seen these online. I've got a nice patch, a nice little Glock pin. Oh, very cool. This is probably the only pistol I'll be allowed to carry around in public. A keyring version. Right, let's get it open. Wow, just wow. Now let me tell you straight away, I am not gonna wax lyrical about this and say everything is amazing just because I love Glocks so much. If I come across anything on this I don't like, I'm gonna tell you. If I come across any flaws on this thing, I'm gonna tell you. If any of my unauthorized Glocks perform better than this, I'm going to tell you. Okay, got that out of the way. However, oh my gosh, in terms of the finish, nothing comes close. Out of all my other G-series airsoft pistols, this Glock, the finish on it is far superior. In a moment, I'll show you some close-up shots of this beauty, okay? But for now, let's just get around the basics, what you would expect on a Glock 17. An airsoft one, to be precise. It has the famous rear and front Glock sights, which are fixed. It's a single action trigger with the world-renowned trigger safety. And it has a 97mm barrel. It weighs approximately 650 grams and the total length is 204mm. You have your mag release, your slide lock and release, and of course, your interchangeable back straps. And let's not forget your takedown levers. As you know, I do love Glocks, not only because of its looks. I know it's not to everyone's taste, but I love a Glock. But I'm also a fan of the ergonomics. I mean, just look at that gorgeous checkered effect on the grip that you get on the back and on the front of the grip, and not just the checkered effect. Look at these indents right there for your fingers. Come on, very grippy. And of course you have your rail, and beneath the rail you have your serial plate with your unique serial number and the thing that gives it away as an airsoft pistol. But we'll have a more in-depth look at that a little later. Right, shall we have a look at the mag? Yes, because there's something about this mag that excites me greatly. Something that truly sets it apart from most, if not all, other airsoft mags. Take a look at that. Looks just like the real still. However, you're probably thinking, where do you put the gas? That's what I love about this, and that's what will make this as a great addition for movie making. Because when you give that initial look to the base of this mag, no gas valve whatsoever. However, because this gas mag is trying to look as authentic as possible to the real steel, you can't see the valve. To get to it, all you do is you see that little notch or lever right there, you get your finger or your fingernail up in there like that, you pull it down. Now, if you have fat fingers or have no fingernails and you can't quite get up there, trust me, you can do it even with gloves. I'll show you. Look, that's with my gloves on. That's what you want to get. And once you get that thing pushed down, all you do is slide the base down. But if you're really struggling to get your finger up there, you can simply push from the top and do the same thing. And there's your gas valve. Oh my gosh, look at the finish on this. I love that they've kept the same sort of finish on this mag as you have on the slide. Very nice. And the markings on here look so authentic. Now, obviously the big giveaway that this is airsoft is right here. But hey, who cares? This is airsoft. When it's in the mag, you don't see that. But oh my gosh, very nice. And of course, look at that right there. This is where you would fill or feed your BBs. You can literally just grab hold of that magazine follower, bring it all the way down, and pop your BBs in. Just take in the finish of this mag, how it's been built, how it looks. And I'm going to compare this with one of my unofficial Glocks just to show you the difference and why, if you really do like airsoft Glocks, I would consider getting the official one. I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket for this particular Glock just yet, because I haven't done a shooting test yet. That's to come, and at the end, I'll give you my pros and pros. Ha! See what I did there? Okay, let me be fair. At the end, I'll give you the pros and cons. Not that I think there'll be any cons, but anyway, I've got to be impartial. Let me just show you a montage of this Glock 17 so that you can truly take in the beauty of this airsoft masterpiece. I've really got to be, I'm being a bit biased, aren't I? Absolutely stunning. Okay, so let's whip the slide off, show you the internals, and then I'm going to compare it to an unofficial Glock internals, and then I'll compare the externals, and then I'm going to take it to the range. Now, I'm just double checking that there's nothing in there. Now, I'm expecting nothing but Glock perfection inside this slide. Ooh. Oh, come on. Look at that. Dual spring system. On a lot of the other Airsoft Glocks, you will get one guide rod and one spring. Right there is your hop-up adjustment. So let me just take the slide off this one. Okay, so this is the unofficial Glock internals. See what I'm talking about? You've got your single spring, single guide rod right there. Hop-up adjustment is pretty much in the same place. And to be fair, this also looks fairly neat, but come on. Look at the official version right here and the unofficial version. And there we have both of the lower frames, the officially licensed one and the unlicensed one. I wonder if I should try and put the unofficial slide on the official frame and the official slide on the unofficial frame. No, because that's heresy. Right, shall we compare the two? So, got the official one right here and the unofficial one right here. This is an aftermarket site, okay? So just pretend that's not on there. Right, let's do this. First thing I'm going to show you, look at the difference between the two slides. Hands down, no competition. Loving the look on the slide of the official one. It's darker, it's got a nice sort of more matte finish to it. I can now always tell the difference between the official Glock and the unofficial Glock, both with trades on them. The slide is just a bit too light on this unofficial one. Look at that. Two contrasting colors, whereas on the official, it's much more uniformed. Yes, there is a slight difference between the two colors. Well, there has to be because this obviously is a polymer lower frame and this is a metal slide and authentic. So let me show you the trades on this unofficial one. So this is the left-hand side of the slide on the unofficial one. Unofficial Glock logo, the 17, and of course, Austria. And then you've got the rest of the markings. Now here's the official one. Can you see the difference straight away? This one actually says Gen 4. Now I'm just showing you the differences between the two. There is no way am I saying on God's green earth that everything on this official version is what you would find on the real steel. Hell no. And I'll show you why in a moment. And now take a look at the other side of the slide on the unofficial version.
And if you look closer at this unauthorized Glock, this, what looks like a Chinese symbol, is actually its attempt at proof marking.
And right here, you've got more Glock branding. Well, unofficial Glock branding. And further along the slide right here, the unofficial Glock. And right here, we come back to the official Glock. And as you can see right there, it says officially licensed product of Glock. Not necessarily what you would see on the real steel, but this is the licensed Glock for airsoft. And on the slide itself, as you can see there, more Glock branding, a series of letters and numbers, and MBS right here. Now sticking with the unofficial version, as you can see, the top of the slide, absolutely nothing on there. Now take a look at the official version. You've got your Glock branding. So as we take a look beneath the lower frame, you can see that serial number on that metal plate. Now this is where you will see the major difference between an airsoft Glock and a real steel Glock, or in this case, an unofficial airsoft Glock and the official one. Because as you know, this one slides, it moves, it puts the pistol into safe. Not all airsoft Glocks, including some unofficial ones, have that feature, but all the ones I have do. But on a real steel and this official airsoft version, it's a more authentic serial number on a metal plate that doesn't move. However, to comply with certain European laws, and I think more specifically for Germany, you have that little F and it blatantly says caliber 6mm BB. Right, let's take the mags out and have a good old look at each mag. So again, this is the official mag, gorgeous finish, and looks so much like the real steel, apart from the obvious airsoft design. And this is the unofficial mag, a lot less authentic looking. And look here again, the official version has the branding right here, the unofficial one doesn't. Okay, so no more comparisons with this unofficial Glock. Be gone. So I'm about to take this to the range, but just before I do that, here's something I wish they had included in this package. How cool would it have been if they just included this Glock case with the pistol? Because I have seen online that many people are complaining about the overall price for this bad boy. Now to me, I think it's worth every penny. But imagine getting this package for that same price, which includes this case. But you know what? They didn't, but I'm not gonna complain because I had one of these anyway. A little customization, of course, but what a neat package this would have been. Right, let's get it ready because it's about that time for me to take it to the range. Okay, so here we go, got the target system all set up. Now, according to this guide up here, I have to aim for targets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They're very small, not much bigger than the end of my finger, as you can see. Please take note of my distance and the caliber of BBs, and we'll see how we get on. So 2 in each, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm gonna chrono this bad boy. I'm liking some of the results here. I am liking a lot. Okay, bring it in. So on target 1, I got one shot right on the edge, was getting in closer to that bullseye. I can only keep stressing how small this is and the distance that I was at. That's pretty good. Right here on target 2, I see a bit of Glock perfection here. So there's one shot right there, and then the other shot, look, bang on, the number 2, just right of the center of the bullseye. I'm claiming that. Bullseye. And then target 3, one just on the edge and one just there. Target 4, getting closer to that bullseye, one just here and one just there. Let's go down to 5 and 6. So on 5, I've got one just outside this target and one getting oh so close to that bullseye. And on number 6, again, very close, but not quite there, and one right there. I'm absolutely satisfied with those results. I would say that was awesome. This is that Glock patch, okay? So you know the size of an average sort of patch. This is fairly small. Look at the size of the patch compared to the target and the distance that I was at. That's blooming good. Okay, let's chrono this bad boy. Now I'm expecting around 300 FPS. So there you go, as you saw there, it kind of varied between around 280 odd to 300 FPS. And as always, your gas blowback or just gas airsoft guns, FPS ratings are always subject to the heat, the humidity, the temperature of where you are. Awesome. Now if you're thinking, nice, but I'd like a little bit more power out of this, well, guess what? You can also use red gas, and there's a CO2 version, and you can use propane. Right, so during the shooting test and the chrono test, I can tell you right now that this beast feels really good to handle. The trigger response is awesome. It's got a nice crisp clack clack when you shoot, as you probably heard. And I'm expecting the lockback of the slide once the last round has been spent to be awesome. So let's empty the mag. Nice.
So what are the pros and cons of this officially licensed Glock 17? Well, for me, let's start with the cons. I would have preferred if they didn't put 6mm BB on the frame. I would have preferred if it didn't say officially licensed product of Glock, because I believe that's not on the real steel. But having said that, I do respect we have to have certain laws in place to keep airsoft legal, so I can live with that. I would have preferred if they included that lovely Glock case that I showed you. Now to the pros. It feels good, it shoots very well, the trigger response is amazing, I'm absolutely loving the trades on it, and don't get me started on the finish, on the slide. Really, you've got to get one of these in your hand to see what I'm talking about. It is amazing. It looks far superior than any other airsoft Glock that I have in my airsoft armory. No competition whatsoever. And I'm loving the dual recoil spring. Awesome. So people, this is it. Finally here on my channel, an officially licensed Glock. One where I no longer have to say G-Series. And I love that. Catch me next time.